In recent years, the world of technology has found itself at the epicenter of a new global race, the race for artificial intelligence. And if earlier it seemed that leadership in this field belonged to companies like OpenAI, Google, or Nvidia, now more and more insiders claim that Apple is preparing an unexpected and possibly the most ambitious response in the company's entire history. According to information from several sources within the industry, Apple is developing a completely new type of device that inside the company is called Apple Cube, a compact physical AI device capable of becoming the center of human interaction with artificial intelligence. And if the leaks turn out to be true, this could become one of the most radical steps by Apple since the release of the first iPhone. According to insider reports, Apple Cube is not just another gadget, but an attempt by Apple to completely rethink how people interact with artificial intelligence. The idea of the device is to make AI not simply a program inside a phone or computer, but a separate physical object, a kind of intelligent core for the home, office, or personal space of the user. Imagine a small transparent cube inside which there are computing modules, sensors, and a new specialized Apple chip designed for artificial intelligence processing. According to sources, this project has been developed for several years in deep secrecy, and its main goal is to bring Apple back to the center of the AI revolution, because in recent years, the company has noticeably lagged behind in this race. While OpenAI is creating increasingly powerful versions of ChatGPT, Google is developing its Gemini models, and Chinese companies are investing billions in AI ecosystems. Apple, for a long time, focused on privacy, optimization, and gradual implementation of machine learning in its devices. However, now the situation has changed. According to insiders, Apple's leadership has concluded that the company risks losing technological leadership if it does not offer the world a fundamentally new format of AI product. That is why the Apple Cube project has become one of the priority directions inside the company. The main idea of the device is to transform Siri from an ordinary voice assistant into a full next-generation artificial intelligence. Many users have criticized Siri for years for its limited capabilities and lagging behind competitors. But now, Apple is reportedly working on a completely new Siri architecture based on modern language models and local AI computing. Apple Cube is supposed to become the hardware platform for this new version of Siri. Inside the device, according to sources, there will be a special next-generation neural processor capable of performing complex AI tasks directly on the device without the need to constantly send data to the cloud. This will allow Apple to maintain its main philosophy, protecting user privacy. But the most interesting part is the potential capabilities of such a device. According to insiders, Apple Cube will be able to act as a personal AI assistant that understands the context of the user's life. It will be able to analyze data from iPhone, Mac, Apple Watch, and other Apple devices, helping plan the day, manage the home search for information, create texts, edit photos, generate ideas, and even participate in decision-making. Some sources claim that the device may be equipped with a spatial audio system and several microphones so that the AI can accurately determine the direction of the user's voice and respond to commands almost instantly. Other insiders talk about possible integration with Apple's AR devices and future versions of Apple Vision, which would allow the Cube to be used as the central brain for the entire spatial computing ecosystem. But the most intriguing part is that Apple Cube may become not just an addition to the iPhone, but a new type of device that over time could even compete with the smartphone itself. Apple's history shows that the company likes to create entirely new categories of products. Once such a device was the iPod, then the iPhone, later the Apple Watch. And now, perhaps, Apple is trying to create a new type of gadget, a physical AI companion. Insiders claim that inside Apple, this project is being considered as a potential next big platform. And if everything goes according to plan, within a few years, such devices could become as common as smartphones are today. However, Apple has a serious reason to move faster. It is already known that OpenAI is preparing its own physical AI device, being developed by the legendary designer Jony Ive, the man who created the appearance of the iPhone and many other iconic Apple products. This project is already being called one of the most ambitious in the history of artificial intelligence, because its goal is to make ChatGPT not just an application, but a separate device that will accompany a person everywhere. And if OpenAI really releases such a product before Apple, it could change the balance of power in the technology market. That is why Apple, according to rumors, is trying to present its AI device as soon as possible. Some sources claim that inside the company, closed demonstrations of Apple Cube prototypes are already taking place. In these prototypes, according to reports, a transparent body is used with internal lighting that shows the activity of the AI system. When the device processes a request or performs a task, the light inside the cube begins to pulse softly. This creates the effect of a living device, as if intelligence is truly working inside. Such a design fits perfectly into Apple's philosophy, turning technology into something emotional and aesthetically appealing. But design is only a small part of the story. Apple's real bet lies in the software platform. According to insiders, the company is actively investing in the development of its own language models that will operate inside its ecosystem. These models will be optimized to work on Apple Silicon chips and will be able to perform many tasks locally. This means that users will be able to communicate with AI without delays and without sending personal data to remote servers. In addition, Apple Cube may become the central element of the smart home. It will be able to control lighting, climate, security, household appliances, and other devices through the HomeKit system. But unlike ordinary smart speakers, the Cube will have a much deeper understanding of context. It will be able to analyze user behavior, anticipate needs, and automatically perform tasks. For example, it could remind about a meeting, suggest the optimal route to work, order groceries, play music, or even help prepare for a presentation. And all of this in the format of a live dialogue with artificial intelligence. However, many analysts believe that the main goal of Apple Cube is not simply to create a new gadget, but to relaunch the company's strategy in the AI era. In recent years, Apple has been criticized for not demonstrating the same breakthroughs in artificial intelligence as its competitors. But Apple traditionally acts differently. The company often enters the market later, but with a product that changes the rules of the game. That is exactly what happened with the iPhone, which appeared after many other smartphones, but completely transformed the industry. Perhaps Apple hopes to repeat this scenario in the field of AI as well. It is also interesting that some sources suggest Apple Cube may become part of a larger ecosystem of future devices. For example, in the future, the company could release a portable version of the Cube that will work as a personal AI assistant accompanying the user throughout the day. There is also discussion about possible integration with Apple Cars if the Apple Car project ever returns to life. In that case, the Cube could become the central AI brain for the vehicle. But for now, all of this remains at the level of leaks and speculation. Officially, Apple has not confirmed the existence of the Apple Cube project. However, several sources claim that the company is already planning a closed presentation for partners and developers. According to rumors, this closed release may take place as early as September. If this information is confirmed, we may see the first real demonstrations of the new device already in the coming months. And then it will become clear whether Apple is truly ready to regain leadership in the era of artificial intelligence.